All right, well, we got Openmkneeboard up. I'm going to start up the helicopter and see if we can get more time before the crash. Whoops. Probably should turn on the battery before trying the engine. Alright, I usually can get a couple of minutes flying. We'll see if Microsoft Edge is any better than Opera GX. I kind of already felt the performance difference. Like, it's flying okay. I'm getting pretty smooth frames, but the reprojection is a little bit wonky now. I feel like I'm getting more artifacts. Which is fine because I only really get them low to the ground, so we'll try, no, well, the only way to really test is to fly around for a little while. I have efficiency mode and game mode on for Opera GX, so it's supposed to use less resources. We'll also sort of push the sim a little bit as well, because I want to be able to use this with you know, full graphics and all that. I haven't been able to make it to San Francisco from Petaluma before crashing, so that'll be the test this time. I'm gonna try to make it to San Francisco. It's probably about between a 5 and 10 minute flight from here. Not even 10 minutes. I have to also change the hotkey for centering the Openmkneeboard in my VR view, because it's kind of in my face. Well, it's not in my face, but it's not in an ideal position. It's not in a horrible position, but it's not ideal. It usually takes a few minutes for the crash to happen, so again, haven't been able to make it to San Francisco from Petaluma. It's my normal average test flight when I test things, because we have mountains, we have small towns, we have farms, we have cities, and the bay, the ocean, lots of things nearby that we can test from. But if Edge is the browser I can use for Openmkneeboard without it crashing, then that'll be fine. Opera GX I can use for anything else, because it seems like that works pretty well for Assetto Corsa. Or I could probably use Edge for Assetto Corsa too, since I'm using a lower resolution for streaming. But for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm not using a lower res. I am not going to go any further down than I already am, because the video quality on the stream will suffer, and so will my gameplay. So, but everything looks good in the sim now, sharp and clear and pretty smooth. Let's see, we're about 1,600 feet. And this is the furthest I've been able to go so far with Openmkneeboard running and a browser window running on the gaming computer. The streaming software is all running from, OBS is running from my streaming PC. I am using a two PC setup for, a dual PC setup for streaming for Microsoft Flight Sim, because if I run OBS on the gaming PC, it'll just kill my performance way too much. I can do it with Assetto Corsa at 1440 and full res in the headset, but 1440 is impossible with Microsoft Flight Sim with my current setup. So 1080p on the dual setup will have to do. Alright, let's do a little low flying. Again, trying to stress all scenarios. Oh, there's a crash. God damn it. Yep. And it says that I'm overclocked or whatever, but I'm not. It's, I'm running this on a driver fault, an application bug, a graphics card overheating, graphics card overclocking, DirectX 12, support is in beta. This error may disappear switching back to DirectX 11. I really don't want to do DirectX 11, but I think I'm going to have to fucking try it, because this is bullshit. Okay. We're gonna restart with DirectX 11 just to try it. Alright, switching into VR now. DirectX 11. Haven't used it in over a year. But I could already tell the difference in quality just on the world map. But whatever. If it works, it works. Yeah, and the mirror is already not as smooth. It's one good thing about DirectX 12 is that for the VR mirror, it'll use frame generation, and it doesn't affect the gameplay as much. Alright, well, the toolbar is up, so that's good. Let me kill the stream on my phone because it is distracting. And then get everything all set and ready to go. But the toolbar being up was... Alright, where is everybody? I don't see any name tags, so we can try to fix that in a minute. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Sometimes my name tags don't show up. It's a pain in the butt. Let's just get the weather sorted before we take off. And if this is the solution, I guess it's better than nothing. But there's definitely a quality difference for sure. But performance should be generally better with DirectX 11 in VR, but I, honestly got great performance with 12. So, and better image quality. Like, noticeably different image quality. But yeah, my performance I don't think is better. It's it actually feels more jittery in the headset. Wow. All right. We're ready to go. And no player names. Let's see if we can get the player names up real quick. I'm gonna do it this way. And now it didn't save my, you know what, that's because, there we go. Let's clear it. Sometimes this works. Nope. Try it again. Still nothing. Why does the traffic nameplates go back to off? Did that work? Nope. We'll try one more thing. And then we'll just get going. Screw it. Sometimes adding and deleting these will get it working for some reason. I don't get it. Alright, whatever. Alright. So everybody who's a DirectX 11 fanboy will tell you that performance is much better. It's so much better in DirectX 11. I don't know why people use DirectX 12. It's not. If you configure it correctly and you have a powerful enough GPU, then DirectX 12 is definitely the right way to go. It's better image quality, better performance, but it is still in beta, so there are bugs, and I do get it. Like, stability is key, especially right now for when I'm streaming. But again, for YouTube streams and whatever, I could use the stability rather than the general performance, which is good right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad, but it's not as good as DirectX 12 is for me. And definitely image quality is reduced. Just want to see how jittery it is in the screen. It doesn't look too bad. I wish I can get name tags up there. That's really bugging me. Let's try something. I want to see why this changes every time I go back into it or I change an option. I gotta set my trim. I am all over the place. Luckily, this helicopter is fairly easy to trim. I just noticed my typo in the chat. Still getting my stutter here at the Stutter Lake. I've renamed it Stutter Lake. Alright, the test is Petaluma to San Francisco in the R22. I've never been able to make it to San Francisco using DirectX 12 and Openmkneeboard without VR crashing. So if we can make it to San Francisco and do my regular test flight, this test will be a success. So here's the difference between DirectX 11 and 12 for me. If I just loaded up the sim and I just assumed it was running DirectX 12, while flying I will be like, there's something wrong. You know what I mean? When you're in the sim and you're flying around and you're like, something's off with your settings because it's definitely been smoother or something. That's how I feel with DirectX 11. Like there's something just not right. Frame rates aren't as consistent. Um, Visuals aren't as sharp. And don't get me wrong, it's just fine. Like, it would take me a second, but I would definitely feel like there is something off. Whoa, what's that? What is that? Hold on a second. I have no idea what that window is. I gotta expand my stream window now so I can see it. YouTube pop out, blah blah blah. Let's close that if we can. I'm using the wrong mouse. There we go. That's my mouse for streamer. And actually, I'm gonna start studio mode on the streaming PC because I heard that works better, or at least it gives you more performance. Let's make sure the streaming software is up. All right. Alright, made it to NOS, probably about another 5 minutes or so, 5, 6, 7 minutes out from San Francisco. I have made it this far with DirectX 12, so I'm not convinced yet. But again, if this works and it's not incredibly horrible on the stream, then I'll use DirectX 11 for streaming and DirectX 12 for when I'm not streaming, which is just fine, I guess. Because I can record just fine, because I don't need a chat window up when I'm recording. But for streams, I would rather interact with you guys as much as I can. Alright, time to do some low level. I like going into a dive and then releasing trim, and then it kind of puts your nose back up. I mean, it's easy enough to switch back and forth from DirectX 12 and 11. It just requires you got to restart the sim when you make the change. But other than that, that's all you really got to do. I'm keeping my same settings, not doing anything differently, just switching DirectX versions. I think this is the furthest I've made it so far during testing with Openmkneeboard. I don't think I've made it this far, so that's good. Yeah, clarity is also a little bit worse in DirectX 11. Not by much, but it's I definitely have a little bit more trouble. It's a little bit more blurry on the dash. But it's no big deal. That's no big deal. I can actually sharpen that up a little bit if I needed to. But it's fine. I can still read all the instruments. There's nothing like overly blurred except for the very top oil pressure gauge right there. I couldn't read that in DirectX 12 either, so it doesn't really matter. Should get a little stuttering happening in a second crossing through this airport area. Well, if you're watching the stream, come say hello. Type a message in the chat box. I am going to be testing for a little while until I get really hungry because I'm already starting to feel it. But I'm definitely going to be in here for at least an hour if it lets me. But so far so good as far as stability. Yep, there's my little stutters happening. Airport's right there. Small airport at San Rafael. A lot of people ask me how I get my recordings to look so smooth in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's a combination of a couple of things. One, it's consistent frame rate in the sim, of course, and two, it was DirectX 12. DirectX 12 really helped out the VR mirror from looking too jittery. DX11, not so much. Pause real quick. can see San Francisco on the horizon. Sorry about that. I'm back. We're flying. A little stutter right there, no big deal. Again, we're really testing for crashing. Sim stability, Openmkneeboard stability, not so much for performance, but performance seems okay. It's not upsetting me. It's just about what I expected. So, I'm not that mad. Alright, this little freezing happens when I wake up the mouse. So every time that happens, the sim freezes for a second until the mouse gets detected again. It is kind of a pain in the butt, but I don't use the mouse that often when flying around, but I do use it. Alright, this is officially the furthest I've been able to get with Openmkneeboard up in VR. Everything is working. DirectX 12 isn't, but everything outside of that is working. DirectX 11 seems like it's the way to go. It worried me for a little while there too, because I thought there was literally something wrong with my graphics card. I was like, wait, it's overheating? I do have an overclock on it, but now I could probably turn my overclock back on, because it was a fairly aggressive overclock, but the 40 series RTX cards are really efficient when it comes to power, so it's not like it overheated ever with my aggressive overclock. It was literally running at the same temps, maybe slightly higher, which means instead of 70, I was getting like 73, which is more than fine. As long as it's under 80, I'm not worried about it. Let's add a little wind because the sea is too calm. There we go. Add a little texture to the water. So quick landing at Alcatraz. I'm still going way too fast and I'm way too high. Alright, we'll just circle around. Just a tiny little, couple tiny hiccups doing this circle and descent. Oh, a little stutter there. Not bad though, not bad at all. Kind of, you don't ever expect super smooth flight sometimes, especially when you're pulling maneuvers around a big city. This is not an FAA approved landing. Yeah, not as smooth as DirectX 12. It's clearly apparent right now to me. But it's good enough. And good enough is going to have to do for right now. And again, if I'm not streaming, I can use DirectX 12 to my heart's desire. And I can knock my socks off of DirectX 12. And even in Assetto Corsa, I have to drop my resolution a little bit to be able to stream with 90 frames a second. But when I'm not streaming, I can crank that shit and basically be at the highest resolution settings. How come the lights turned off as soon as I made it to the city? Keep it at that for a minute. Well, another benefit of DirectX 11 is I'll probably get much better city performance. So there's that. Well, we'll see. Let's see what happens. And I don't have a frame counter up right now just because I don't want to be distracted. I can feel when the frames go down. And when it's smooth, I can feel that too, so. Yep. Really smooth in the city. Just the slightest amount of rubber banding though, but that usually clears up as soon as you fly around the city for a minute. Yeah, it's already cleared up. Yeah, it's still there a little bit. It's not really that bad though, or noticeable. I notice it because, you know, trying to notice everything. but it's nice and smooth now. Hey, what's your Discord? I can send you an invite. Give me a minute. Let me land this thing. I was gonna land it there, but I'm going too fast, so I'm gonna circle around to the nearby hospital and land it on the helipad, and I'll send you an invite. I'm on Discord right now. Or no, I'm not on Discord right now, but I can jump in. The landing pad is just over there, and I can slow down. I'm using DirectX 11, and it seems to solve all my problems with the Openmkneeboard stream. I prefer DirectX 12 because of the image quality and performance difference I get, but DirectX 11 is fine. It's just the stream's not going to look as good, and it's going to be a little bit more jittery, or a lot more jittery, but that's going to have to do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Take it easy. Don't fly in on the outside view. Alright, there you go. Alright, I'll let me log in at Discord and send you a link. Give me a second here. Here you go, bro. And I'm on the Discord if you want to jump in and say what's up. I'm not going to be testing for very long just because I got shit to do. But yeah, feel free to add me as a friend. I'll see the requests when I come out. And, whoa, why am I losing power? There we go. Yeah, because I'm getting hungry, and I need to eat. I'm just gonna take this helicopter over to the aircraft carrier that's out in the Pacific, and then I'm gonna, because I'm pretty sure DirectX 11 or DirectX 12 was my problem with the crashing and Openmkneeboard up. But yeah, I've been flying around for a little while now and no crashes. Let's change the time of day, in fact. It's a little dark now. Yeah, definitely not as sharp as and clear, and the colors don't seem a little bit more subdued in DirectX 11. Just so you know, anybody who does join my Discord, your voice won't be broadcasted over the stream. I'll only be able to hear it unless you want to be on the stream, which is fine, which I can definitely make happen, but generally speaking, I keep the voices off on Discord right now just because that way I don't have to ask permission, and I'm not trying to get anybody all upset, even though there's really no reason for them to be upset. It's not like we talk about anything that's highly classified or anything. Just a bunch of simmers doing the sim thing. Oh, actually, you know what? Right now, with my settings, if you were on my Discord... Oh, no. You wouldn't. You still wouldn't hear it. I have the Discord settings set up that way. Alright, good. Yeah, after I landed on this aircraft carrier, I am gonna go get some lunch. I'm starving. But I'm happy, at the very least I got it working. Everything's working fine. DirectX 11's a little bit of a bummer, but whatever. It's not horrible. And some people use DirectX 11 every day for this sim, so I can actually use DirectX 12, but just not when I'm streaming. So, yeah, no big deal. Most people have to adjust settings for streams anyways. I'm no different. You know, because this sim is just beautiful regardless. It's just a little bit more beautiful with DirectX 12. That's all. And performs a little bit better. Well, it performs a lot better for me. Alright, maybe not a lot better, but it's more consistent in DirectX 12 for me. My frame rates don't dip as much, and they don't have as much variation as in DirectX 11. Again, the VR mirror isn't as jittery in DirectX 12 as well. But hopefully it won't be in beta. Well, it'll probably be in beta forever until until 2024 comes out, and then they'll have support for DirectX 12 or full support. Almost crashed into the ship. All right. Land it right on this elevator right here. Whoa. It's a little tricky because the carrier is actually moving at around 25 knots or so. So, oh, there we go. Alright, successful test. Didn't go exactly the way I planned it, but it works. That's a cool screenshot right there. Alright, I'm done. Check you guys out.